This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, yesterday class we discussed JSP theory point of view. So we got some idea about what's or little what exactly JSP, right? JSPs are to write which logic is presentation point of view, logic processing logic point of view. JSP is mainly for the processing. JSP are mainly for the what? What gets presentation point of view or business logic point of view, processing logic point of view. Definitely JSP is for the pro presentation point of view, right? Exactly. Yesterday we discussed these 10 points, guys. Try to check these 10 points. And today, I said like so every JSP is internally converted which format, guys? Solid format, right? So every JSP is internally converted into which format? Solid format, right? Exactly. So today, like day two, we can see day two. Yeah. Because let me create one JSP file here. First of all, this is just a JSP first application. Just let me create one JSP first application. Yeah. So just to close this, close out. Yeah, create the new project guys for the JSP applications. So file menu, click on new project. So click on new file menu, click on new dynamic web project. You have to select file menu, click on new, click on new. Yeah, go to the file menu, click on new dynamic web project. You have to select. So dynamic web project, the project name is what? JSP apps. So JSP apps you can take. The module version is a 2.3.3. It's not a problem. Click on next, next. But if you want update XML file, click on next, next. Click on this update XML file descriptor. Click on finish, right? Yeah, click on finish, right? Exactly. This is like JSP apps are there. So let me know. I said it yesterday. I said clearly where we locate the JSP files, guys, under Java resources or under web content folder. Under the web content folder, right? That's what I copied. Web content folder. New. I want to create a JSP file, guys. I want to create a JSP file. So JSP file name, can I make this is like first.jsp. So yeah, the first.jsp file is created, but showing some error, right? Because of predefined support, guys. What is this percentage added page directive language equal Java content type text plus HTML? This will explain tomorrow class, huh? But you try to understand like this is my first application. Just I'm writing the message like HTML body and all. Yeah. So percentage added page attribute HTML I closed. So this is JSP first application, guys. It's showing some error because of predefined support. Can you please copy the predefined jar files into web lib folder, right? Yeah, so to copy the jar files, guys, this PC, where the jar files here, local disk C, local disk C, program files. So Apache Foundation, Tomcat 9.0, lib folder is there. Yeah, so here required two jar files, guys. One is like JSP. Guys, one jar file sufficient, or two jar files are required. JSP application contains two jar files, guys, because the reason is what your JSP file is internally translated to format, a solid format, right? That's what to write the JSP code, JSP file API.J required, but the JSP internally translated which format, a solid format. That's what solid API required, right? Two jars required, guys. So go to content folder, web in a folder, lib is there. Just in the lib folder, just to place the two jars. Once if you place the jars, here the problem error is gone, right? Error is gone. Good. Yeah, this is like JSP first application, guys. JSP directly can run it because it doesn't contain any URL patterns, right? Just you run this application directly. So right click on the application, right click on application, run as, run on server, right? Run on server, click on next, click on what? Finish button, right? So remove all which application you want to run, JSP application you can configure. So click on finish, click on OK. Click on finish and click on OK. Percentage at the rate page language equal Java content type. This is like page directive, guys. What is this page directive? I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow class. Good. Guys, now the browser is open. So in the browser directly can send the request to your page there. Which one is JSP file, right? So directly can send the request to first.jsp. Because this is like HTML code, right? Yeah. Then we got the output like Guys, we got the output like what? This is first JSP application. Okay, we got some output, guys. But for us, this is not important. For us, the translation solid is important, guys. Translation solid is important, right? Exactly. Guys, once if you done the okay execution of JSP, where this translation solids will be stored means go to workspace location, guys. First of all, go to workspace location in local disk E. I think in local disk E only I'm creating, right? So core like hmm, Java 10 AM new, right? Mm, yeah. Where is that where is that workspace, guys? Yeah, Adv.Java 10 AM new. This is the first folder itself. Yeah, guys. In this one, you have the metadata folder, guys. If you go for the metadata folder, in the metadata folder, plugin folder is there. In plugins, you have the multiple plugins are there. Out of these all plugins, server.core is there. You can see server.core folder is there. Just open the server.core folder, guys. Core folder. So core folder, you have the temp0 folder. I said clearly your translator solid will be stored in which folder? Work folder, right? Tempo0 folder is there, work folder is there, Catalina, localhost. See guys, just now I created JSP app, right? Just see the time, guys, here 12/8/2021. 12/8 means what today? Just now, right? 10/26 just now created, right? Open this one, guys. org data, Apache data, JSP data. Here this is like a once if you send a request to first.jsp, guys, the translated servlet name is called first_jsp.java file. Okay. Because once if you send the request to first.jsp, because once if you send the request first.jsp, this is the URL, guys, to send the request. Guys, once we send the request to first.jsp, the translated servlet, guys, the converted servlet will be stored in this location, right? Exactly. Yes. Good. Yeah. Guys, the converter. Once we send the request to JSP, guys. Once we send the request to JSP, the JSP translated to servlet, right? The JSP is translated servlet, guys. Servleted. The location is what? This is location, guys. Metadata folder is there. Plugin folder is there. Server.core option is there. Tempo0 work folder. Catalina localhost. JSP apps. org Apache JSP. The translated servlet name is what, guys? The translated servlet name is like if you are sending request to first.jsp, guys, first.jsp is translated to which format, guys? Here first_jsp.java file. Okay, guys, first.jsp is translated to guys, first.jsp is what translated to guys, first.jsp is translated to what? First underscore uh, first.jsp is translated to what? First_jsp.java file, right? Exactly, guys. Guys, first.jsp is translated to first_jsp.java file, like exactly. Guys, we got the location, guys. Just you can please open that location once. If you open the location, guys, first_jsp.java file, if you open, we can see this much code internally. Guys, this much code is internally generated, right? Okay, this much code is generated internally, right? Exactly. Guys, this much code is generated internally. If you want, just let me open this first_jsp.java file. Guys, you got the clarity, right? First.jsp, just I'm running the code. Just I'm writing print statement, I'm running the code. When I run the code, the first.jsp is converted into the translate servlet. The servlet name is like first_jsp.java file. Guys, the translate servlet name is what? First_jsp.java file. Just open with edit plus now. See, guys, for the translated servlet, guys, class is what? First_JSP. The default superclass of first translated servlet is what? First point you have to remember is the default superclass is what? The default superclass of translated servlet is what? The default superclass of translated servlet is what? HTTP JSP base class. Exactly. Because yesterday I shown like 3 lifecycle methods, right? Okay, see, internally it is importing like what? JavaX.servlet package, JavaX.servlet package, JavaX.servlet JSP package. Good. Yes, yesterday I said JSP contains how many lifecycle methods? Three lifecycle methods. Let me show that lifecycle methods here. First one is like underscore JSP init method. Guys, first one is what? Underscore JSP init method. Second one is what, guys? Underscore JSP destroy method. Underscore JSP destroy method. Third one you can see underscore JSP service method. Okay, underscore JSP service method. And whatever the code you written here, like this is the body, right? This code is by default goes to underscore which method, guys? Here definitely init destroy service. That code is
Service.
by default is goes to service method. Sir, show me my code once. Definitely I'll show your code, guys. See this code here. This is the first JSP application. Guys, definitely this much code is generated. If you see this message, your message here, definitely translated solid this much code is generated or not generated. Definitely translated solid this much code will be generated, right? Yeah. See guys, just I written the hello. This is the first JSP application, but internally servlet container will generate this much code, guys. Yes, internally servlet container will generate this much code, right? Exactly. Yes, if you want, you can see when it is generated here. Generated at 21/8/12th date, right? Today 12th date, 8th month. So UTC standard time is what? 4:56, right? Maybe that following the UTC standard. Okay, 4:56, right? Exactly. Guys, definitely understood that this is like definitely converted servlet, right? And whatever the code you written, that code is comes under which point, guys? That code comes under the that code is comes under underscore JSP service method, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? Good. Case for the converted servlet, this is like converted servlet, right? Public final class first JSP. The converted servlet, the default superclass is what? HTTP JSP base class. Yes, the converted servlet, the default superclass is what? HTTP JSP base class. See guys, actually internally predefined support this one, guys. Yes, internally predefined support, it will follows like this one. So what is the internal predefined support means? Hmm. Yeah. See guys, we are sending request to what? First.jsp. First.jsp is translated to, guys tell me, first.jsp is translated to which file? First underscore jsp.java, right? First underscore jsp.java file. This first underscore jsp.java default superclass is what? HTTP JSP base class. HTTP base class internally extending HTTP servlet, implementing HTTP JSP page interface. Extending what? HTTP JSP page interface, right? Yeah, HTTP JSP page interface is from the JSP page interface. So in the servlets, the starting point is what, guys? JSP page interface. So in the JSP is the starting point is JSP page interface. In the servlet, the starting class is what? Servlet interface, right? Guys, the starting interface of the like root interface of the servlet is what? Servlet. The root interface of the JSP is what? JSP page interface, right? Guys, JSP page interface or not. So internally, your HTTP base class is implementing this much predefined support. It clearly says that your JSPs are required both JSP implementations as well as what solid implementations, right? That this hierarchy is clear. This hierarchy is clear, right? Exactly. Yes, actually, how many lifecycle methods we have total JSP? Yes, JSP, how many lifecycle methods total? Three lifecycle methods are there. Underscore JSP init, underscore JSP destroy. These two methods are belongs to JSP page interface. Sir, can you please show me some API documentation, please? Yeah, maybe if you are thinking like that, definitely I'll show you. Just so JSP API, JSP API, guys. Go for the data like Oracle docs, Java x.servlet.jsp. Go for the Oracle docs. In Oracle docs, HTTP JSP base class. I think what the first starting class? JSP page. Okay, this is like JSP page. So if you see the JSP page, guys, yeah, see guys, HTTP JSP is a interface JSP page interface. Guys, do you have any parent for this one? It itself is a starting one, right? Exactly. If you observe here, This HTTP JSP page internally extending which interface, guys? Solid interface, right? Oh my god, yeah. If you see this code, at least you'll understood that. Yeah, if you see this code, at least you understood that. Okay, JSP is internally implement extending what? Solid information, right? Yes or no? Huh? Yeah, this is like HTTP JSP page, guys. Public interface JSP page interface. It's extending like what? Servlet, guys. Internally, it is extending like servlet. Okay, and which contains what are the methods means 2 plus 1 method. What the meaning is 2 plus 1 method is there. So guys, the interface define the protocol with 3 methods. Only 2 of them, JSP init and JSP destroy, and part of this interface. Actually, this protocol required 3 methods. Out of these 3 methods, 2 methods are belongs to JSP init, JSP destroy, guys, as part of this interface of the signature of third method. Yeah. So this is contains like only 2 methods, guys, underscore JSP init and underscore JSP destroy method. Whatever underscore JSP service, the underscore JSP service method corresponds to the body of the JSP page. Guys, corresponding body of the page, right? Yeah. Guys, here you can see this is like a destroy method init method, right? Exactly. Okay, this is like JSP init method invoked JSP page initialization. This responsible JSP implementation, that is a point invocation of get solid config method desired value. It's fine, guys, but you understood that. JSP destroy method, the JSP destroy method is invoked when the JSP page is about to be destroyed. About to be destroyed, right? Exactly. And the JSP init method, JSP init method, yeah, JSP init method. Yeah, the JSP init method invoked when the JSP page initialize, right? When the JSP page initialize, init method execute, guys. When the JSP page is about to destroy, then it destroy method will execute, right? This is like JSP page interface, guys. JSP page is a internet extending what to servlet, right? Exactly. Yes, next one is what? HTTP JSP page. Okay. HTTP JSP page you can see once. Yeah, this is like HTTP JSP page, right? If you open this, guys, HTTP JSP page, the HTTP JSP page describes the interaction that the JSP implementation class must satisfy when using the HTTP protocol. Okay, using what HTTP protocol? The behavior is identical for the JSP page except the signature of the JSP service method. See, guys, in the method summary, you can see these methods here. How many methods are there? All methods. Only one method is there, right? What the method, guys, here? The underscore JSP service method corresponds to the body of the JSP page, right? Guys, yes or no? Corresponds to the body of JSP. And see, guys, here, public interface HTTP JSP page, which extends what? JSP page interface or not? Which extends what? JSP page interface, right? Exactly, guys. So this is like this is the information, guys. And if you need, I can copy that this implementation also. Yeah, we understood that. Yeah, we understood that HTTP JSP base class is internally extending what HTTP JSP page interface, which contains only one method called service method is there, right? The underscore service method corresponds to the body of the JSP page. Corresponds to the body of the JSP page. JSP page, what is the body we written? The body comes to this place. I think you got the clarity, right? The body comes to this place, right? Exactly, guys. Is that clear? We got some idea, right? Sir, show me this class also once. HTTP JSP base class. Very good. Let me show. HTTP JSP base class. HTTP JSP base class. Yeah. If you go for HTTP base class, guys. Yeah. Guys, now if you see like HTTP JSP base class required, that's the class, guys. That's what you have to check here. The class name is HTTP JSP base. Okay. HTTP JSP base. Guys, can please check the predefined support the class generated class. This is the generated class, right? Yeah. Guys, basically see this one arg.apache.jasper.runtime.http base. Actually, arg.apache.jasper, guys, Jasper engine, Jasper runtime.http base class. It means it not belongs to this one, guys. It completely belongs to some different API. So different API, yeah. Different API documentation, you can say HTTP JSP base class. See guys here, HTTP JSP base class internally extending what HTTP servlet, right? HTTP servlet is internally extending what generic servlet, right? Generic servlet is anyhow extending like solid interface, right? That we know already. Because I think what the implementation I written here is perfectly correct, right? And even this one is internally extending what servlet, solid interface, right? Yeah, this is JSP is like extending generic solid. Even generic solid, we know that already. Generic solid is also internally extending what solid interface or not. Even though he didn't mention here, but in general, like generic solid is extending like implementing solid interface or not. Yes or no? Generic solid is internally implementing what solid interface, right? Exactly, guys. Hmm? Good. Guys, HTTP JSP base class internally. See, guys, read see this message here. Public abstract class HTTP JSP base class. Actually, this HTTP JSP base class, if I copy the implementations here, abstract class, guys, it is, which extends like HTTP servlet and it implementing like a HTTP JSP page interface. Oh my God, this is implementation, guys, internally. Hmm? I think you got the clarity about this line, right? HTTP JSP base class internally extending like HTTP servlet, internally extending what HTTP servlet as well as implementing which interface, guys? JSP page interface, right? JSP page interface from the JSP page, JSP page from the servlet interface. If at least if I show this API documentation so that you'll get some clarity, okay, these are internal implementations, right? Even the later in the real time, if you got this kind of situations, so that like slowly can try to check what the implementations are going and level by level, right? Guys, yes or no? Definitely it's going to help, right? Yes, finally we got the clarity, right? What the process. When you send the request to first.jsp, first.jsp is transient request first underscore JSP.Java. Send a request to HTTP base class, HTTP JSP base internal extending HTTP servlet and implementing the JSP page interface. JSP page, HTTP JSP page interface from the JSP page, which is extending like servlet, right? Exactly. Okay, this is the implementation internally. We got the clarity. What are lifecycle methods? Underscore JSP init, underscore JSP destroy, which these two from the JSP page interface, underscore JSP service, which is from the HTTP JSP page interface, right? Is that clear now? Yes, any questions, please? Guys, are you able to understand, right, what I'm going to explain, what I'm explaining?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Definitely is going to help, right? How we are checking API documentation, because you have to work with multiple technologies, guys. When you have the doubts like that, just you can open the API documentation, try to see whether it's possible or not possible. Good, guys. Okay, JSP lifecycle method, guys. JSP lifecycle contains, first of all, JSP engine. JSP engine responsibility is what? It will translate. Yes, it will translate what? JSP into servlet, guys. Servlet container will execute the will execute what? Will execute the translated servlet, right? Guys, JSP lifecycle you can say like yes, actually what happened, we have the first.jsp. First.jsp, I'm sending the request. The request is comes to what? This is my request. Request comes to first.jsp. The first.jsp is translated which format, guys? First underscore JSP.Java file. Okay, this translation phase will take care by who will take care, guys? When you send a request to first.jsp, when you send a request, guys, first of all, JSP loading is happen. Request to first.jsp. Then what happened guys here? First step is like JSP loading is happened. After JSP loading, JSP parsing, because JSP contains tags, right? Tags means what? It's validated tags, right? JSP loading, JSP parsing, JSP loading and JSP parsing. After JSP parsing, then what happened guys here? JSP translation, right? Yeah, next one is what? JSP translation, guys. JSP translation. JSP translation means what, guys? First underscore JSP.Java file is ready, right? That's called JSP translation. Because when you send the request to first.JSP, first of all JSP loading, next one is JSP parsing, next one is JSP translations. Once the JSP translation means what? First underscore JSP.Java file is ready. Once the up to this process will take away the JSP engine, guys. JSP loading, parsing, translation. These steps will take away the JSP engine. Okay, what the servlet container will do? The translated servlet will execute, right? Then JSP unloading and JSP like JSP translation, guys. Processing of converted servlet. Processing of converted servlet, right? Exactly. After processing of converted servlet, guys, after processing of converted servlet, processing of converted servlet is done. Next is what? JSP unloading, right? Exactly. Guys, actually these are the steps will be happen basically. Request to JSP file, guys. JSP loading is happened, JSP parsing is happened, JSP translation is happened, then processing of converted servlets will happen, JSP unloading is happened, right? Yes or no? Good, guys. Guys, see for example, just let me show 1 second. So Google JSP, actually material contains the diagram, but again open the material take time. So let me check the Google once. Google contains multiple diagrams, right? Let me check the best diagram for here. Yeah, you can, this is the best one. See guys, actually when you send the request to the JSP, guys, so if first time you are sending the request to JSP, when the first time if you are sending request to JSP, then what happened guys here? First step is what? JSP translation. Translation means what? Compilation, loading, instantiation, initialization. Because once it is translated servlet, servlet has to load, right? Servlet has to instantiate, right? Servlet has to initialize, right? After initialization of servlet, request processing destruction. Okay, request processing destruction. You are sending the request to same JSP file again. If you are sending request to same JSP file again do you think like translation, compilation, loading, initialization happen and directly request processing is done, guys? Already initialized, right? Servlet. Guys, yes or no? If it is first time, if you send a request to translation is happen, compilation of the translated solid happen, loading is happen, instantiation happen, initialization happen, request to processing, destruction. This is the flow. If already initialized means, then what happened, guys? This cycle is happened and not happened again. Translation phase, compilation phase, loading phase, instantiation, initialization, it won't think, guys. Directly request processing will be executed. Yes, only first time when you send the request to the JSP, like the translation, everything is done, guys. From second time onwards, if you send the request to same JSP file, then what happens, guys? Directly, which one is executing, guys? Directly request processing will be executed, right? Guys, are you clear now? Directly which process will execute, guys? Request processing will be executed, right? Exactly. Guys, any questions? So it's when the client sends request, first is first request or JSP changed? Is maybe first request or JSP changed? Yes means what happened, guys? Locate the JSP translator. Is translation error. Translation error means what, guys? Generate error message. I think this also seems to be a bit good diagram. Yes, if first request or JSP changed. If first request, yes sir. JSP changed, yes sir. It's not a first request, it's not a JSP changed. Then no means what happened, guys? Directly run solid instance, right? Directly run solid instance, response you'll get. But first time if you're sending request or JSP changes means, then what happened, guys? Locate the JSP, translate the JSP, locate JSP and translates. In translation phase, if any errors are going on, then directly error message come into the response. So no errors means what, guys? produce the servlet code, compile the servlet code, run the servlet instance response, right? Yes, at least based on these two diagrams, you understood that. We understood that only how many times the translation phases happen, guys? Guys, how many times the translation will be happen? Only
Once.
Only once, right? If it is a first request or JSP changed. If it is not a first request, if the JSP is not changed, then what happen, guys? Directly instance servlet will be executed, right? You get the response. Think you got the clarity or not?
Sir, it's particular for the JSPs or altogether JSPs will be instantiated once. It is particular for JSP, right?
Particular for JSP means every JSP once already generated, right? So instantiation done only once actually.
Oh.
Good. Yeah, the JSP translation is done only once, guys, when you send the first request or JSP code change, right? Or JSP code change. From second request onwards, directly the converted servlet service executed, you'll get the response. It's only for the first request only that is everything is happened. From second request onwards, then what happened, guys? Yeah? Yes, from second request onwards, then what happened here? From second request onwards, directly we'll get the code response, right? Exactly. Okay, this is your assignment. You try to check it. It's not that much important. But two models of designing JSPs, guys. Model 1 architecture, model 2 architecture. You just Google it and tell me what is a model 1 architecture, model 2 architecture. So in model 1 architecture, in this model, JSP alone responsible to write the presentation logic, business layer, and model components. Actually, JSPs are two ways, guys. One is like model 1 architecture means in the JSPs itself, you are writing the presentation logics, business logics, model component like database logics. Everything we are writing using JSP. It means JSP model 1 architecture means complete web application we are designing using as complete web application we are designing using what? JSPs only. For the presentation logic you are using JSPs, business logics we are going for the base JSPs, and database logics also you are going for the JSPs only. That is called model 1 architecture. Model 2 architecture means what? Generally MVC. In model 2 architecture means what? JSPs are only for the view part. So Java bean classes for the model part, servlet for the controller part. It means what? Mostly the JSPs are recommended for the architecture like model 1 or model 2 architecture. Yes, mostly JSPs are recommended for the model 1 architecture, model 2 architecture. Guys, JSPs are recommended for what? Model 1 architecture, model 2 architecture. Definitely model 2 architecture, right? Because model 1 architecture means complete web application designed using JSP. Okay, so complete web application designed using, tell me guys, complete web application designed using JSPs, right? It means presentation logics you have to use the JSPs only. Business logics also you have to use the JSPs only. Model components also we have to use the JSPs only. That is called model 1 architecture, guys. JSP model 2 means what? Model 2 means what? Java bean classes for the model part, view part for the JSP pages, and controller for the servlets we use, right? Exactly. That's what, guys. Definitely we will see the two flavors, guys, because first to four few examples completely I'll write only JSP code. That means what? We are following which architecture, guys? Completely JSP code means what? Presentation logic, processing logic, so everything I'll write using JSPs only. Everything I'll write using JSP means within what the architecture you are following, model 1 architecture, right? Later examples, if you like few examples, guys, I'll go with the model 1 architecture. Later JSPs, JDBC, and servlets. By combining these three, I will take 1 week classes. Then definitely model 1 is recommended, model 2 is recommended.
Model 2.
That's what, guys. Few examples let me discuss with only JSP classes, but does it recommend or not recommend means definitely my experience is not recommended. Anyway, it's not recommended at all. Leave it. Model 1 architecture is not recommended, guys, because model 1 architecture, processing logics, presentation logic, model layer, everything you write using JSPs only. That is not that much recommended, guys. That's what few days to understand what is a JSP and what are the code is there in the JSP. For a few days, you'll go for the model 1 architecture. But what I'm planning, like MVC, just 1 week classes mostly. By combining these three, what we learned like JDBC, servlets, and JSP, by combining these three, I'm planning to take the 1 week classes. Yes or no, guys?
Okay.
That will be good, right?
Yes, sir.
Next. Guys, that's all for today class. So just you try to check the today class, also bit important. Today class, I'm talking about the internal structures and the predefined implementations. You try to check the today class notes once. We'll meet in tomorrow class. We'll go for the model 1 architecture. Model 1 architecture means what, guys? Presentation logics, business logics, model logics, everything we will write with the help of what? JSPs only. That is called model 1 architecture. Exactly. Tomorrow we'll meet, guys. Bye.